Okay, so I'm going to show you the steps that I do when I'm setting up a Thrive account. So as soon as I set up their account, I go to their Getting Started menu, and then I try to fill out as much information here on the Getting Started. So complete business info. This is really easy because it's just filling out the information. Sometimes they'll say, well, I don't have my logo right now. I'll email it to you later. So, I leave that blank for now, but I try to fill out all this information as much as I can. If this applies, for example, the SMS notifications, the phone number for notifications. So I do that, and then activate your listings management. This will give you like a little menu, and you fill out, mainly here is going to be to add the categories, all the different categories that they're under, and then if they want their address to show or not, and then add staff members if it applies. If not, I just put the skip. Set up your service menu. So here I just go in and add different services. If it takes too much time, I'll just write them down, and then I'll come back after the visit and I'll enter it into the computer. Set up availability. This always is set to like central, I think, so I always make sure to change it, and then I put in their business hours. Then connect with Braintree. Sometimes this takes a little longer, so I'll just skip that. Edit client portal. This one I'll probably do when I get back to the office because it takes a little bit more time, just because you want to make sure that they don't have stuff that they're not using, like some of them don't use the send a file and that sort of stuff. And then import clients if they have clients and they remember their Gmail login. This helps. And then customize client card. So when I go to customize client card, the one thing that I always like to do as I'm setting it up is to make sure that it is pre-checked, where it says to receive email messages automatically. I don't know where it is on ours, but here it is. So I'd like to receive promotions. So I just make sure that this is checked by default. And then just hit save changes, and then that way that step will be complete. Then the other thing that I do, especially if it's a contractor business, I'll go into their settings, and then I'll go into inbox and leads and make sure that the notifications are enabled for them to receive text messages on their phone. And then once I do that, I go into payments. And then you can add this information if they have their business license handy. That way, whenever they create an invoice, it already has the header information with all their business information. And then I show them as well that they can change the estimates and invoices terms and conditions in this place. And then auto client messages is the last one that I go into. There's two things that you want to make sure. So you can select here the reminders. So if they want to set reminders 1 hour, 1 day before, and then this one is the most important one. I don't know why they don't have it checked automatically, but you need to make sure that this is checked for the invoices so that their customers receive invoices and estimates via text messages. So those are the things that I always like to make sure when I'm setting up a Thrive. I just go step by step. But like I said, I think the new Thrive onboarding is going to be a little bit easier and a little bit more intuitive. This one you have to kind of know where it is and what it is and all that fun stuff. Most of these things the TSS will also cover with them afterwards, but that's what I like to do. I like to just run through this really fast with them. I jot down anything extra that I didn't have time to fill in, and then I'll go back and fill it all out so that I have that information for them. And if they're, handy with their Thrive, I just tell them, okay, you have your app on your phone, you know how to use your estimates and invoices, you can start playing with them. If you log onto your computer, just use the Getting Started as a guide to fill out the rest of the information that you'll need to set up your Thrive account. And that's really much it. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, 206-676-8510. Thanks.